Hello everyone, I'm Maurice Muneni. In today's class we are going to cover how to calculate the standard deviation, the Pearson coefficients of skewness and the Bowleys coefficient of skews. And with me here I have an example that we are going to use. So the example reads as use the table below to calculate the mean, standard deviation, Pearson coefficients of skewness and the Bowleys coefficient of skews. So the first thing that we need to calculate is the mean. So and how do we calculate the mean? We calculate the mean by use of we can say that our mean which we can abbreviate as x with a bar on top will be given by, for the case of the grouped data, we use the summation of f x divided by the summation of f But in case if it was a non-grouped data, we could have used the summation of d divided by the number of observation n. So for us now here we need to get the x point, which is the midpoint of this data, and for us to get this we had the class intervals, that is the 1 plus 10, and then we divide by 2, and in this case we get this one as 5.5 because it is 11 divided by 2. Then if we add 11 plus 20, then we divide by 2, this one we get 15.5. And if you add 21 divided by that, you get this one is 25.5 also here. And here if you add these two, you get this one is 35.5. And then 41 plus 50 divided by 2, this one you get is 45.5. Then the same case, this one you get is 55.5. And then 61 plus 70 divided by 5, you get 65.5. And then 71, this one you get is 75.5. And then the other one you get is 85.5. Then the other one you get is 95.5. So that's how we get the midpoint, or just the point of x here. And then the next column for us, we can be able to get the mean. We must find the summation of f multiplied by x. So here we are going to have the column for f x. So meaning you multiply f and x. So 2 multiplied by 5.5, this one you get is 11. Then 2 multiplied by this, you get this one is 31. And then 3 multiplied by this, you get this one is 76.5. And then 9 multiplied by 35, this one you get is 319. 0.5. And then if you take 12 multiplied by 45, you get 546. And if you take 5 multiplied by 55.5, this one you get 277, 277.5. And then if you take 2 multiplied by 65, this one you get 131 here. And if you take that 3 multiplied by 75.5, this one you get it's 226, sorry, 226.5. And if you multiply this, you get still is 85.5. And then 1 multiplied by 95, this one you get also is 95.5. And then the next thing is to get the summation of this column, summation of fx. And if you had all these, you get this one is equivalent to 1800. And also the summation of this column here, this one you get is equals to 40. So now our x bar or our x mean will be equivalent to 1800 divided by 40, which gives us our mean is equivalent to 45 marks. So that is how you can get the mean. And the next thing is for us to get the standard deviation. Remember, the mean was very important for us to be able to get the standard deviation. And let us get the standard deviation using the mean. We have the mean of 45 now, using get the standard deviation. So to get the standard deviation, the only column that we need here is called the D column. The D column here. And for us to get the D, this D will be given by the column of x minus what we have gotten as our mean, which is the x bar. And remember, our mean was 45. Our x bar was equivalent to 45. Was equivalent to 45. So for us to get now this mean, this difference, we minus 45 minus 5, that is 5.5 minus 45, and this one we get, this one is negative 39.5, and then 15.5 minus 45, this one you get is also negative 29.5, and then 25.5 minus 45, this one you get is negative 19.5. And then that 5 minus this you get, this one is negative 9.5, and then 45, this one you get, this is a positive 0.5, and then 55.5 minus 45, this one you get is positive 10.5 here, and then 65 minus 45, this one you get, it is positive also 20.5, and then 75.5 minus 45, this one you get is 30.5, yeah, and then 85.5 minus 45, you get this one is 40.5, yeah, and then 95.5 minus 45, you get this one is 40.5, 50.5. So the next column that we need to get here is called the D squared column, or the difference between these mean squared. So that if we square these, you get this one is 1560.2 5, and if you take 29.5 squared negative, you get this one is 870.25, and then you take 19.5 squared, this one you get 380.25, and then 9 point, you get this one is 90.25, and then you take 0.5 squared, this one you get 0.25, and when you take 10.5 squared, this one you get 110.25, and 20.5 squared, this one you get is 420.25, and then 30.5 squared, this one you get is 930.25, and then the other one is H10, this one you get, this one is 1640.25, and then the other one is 2550.25. And the next column that we need for us to be able to get these, we need to get the F column multiplied by our D squared column, our D squared. So meaning that we multiply 2 multiplied by 15, 30, and this one we are supposed to get 3,120.25, and then if you multiply 870 multiplied by 2 also, this one you're going to get 1,740.25, and then if you multiply these by 3, you get 1,140 also 0.75, and then the other one, this one gives us 812 0.25, and then the other one that we have is 12 multiplied by 0.25, and this one gives us positive 3. And then here we have 551.25. The next one, this one, if you multiply 2 multiplied by 420, this one should give us 840.25. And then the other one, this one should give us 920 multiplied by 3, this one gives us 2790.75, and then we have 1 multiplied by 40, sorry, that is d squared, which was 1640, then we multiply by 1, this one you get still is 1640, then 0.25, and then the last one, 1 multiplied by 2550, also you get this one is 25. .25. So now the next thing for us to get is the summation of summation of f d squared column. This is the column that we have added here. If we add this one, we are going to get 15,190. So, and we know for us to get the variance, we first of all need to get the variance, and the variance is given by the summation of the f d squared divided by the summation of f. So in my case here, my summation of these will be 1,500 and 15,190 and divided by 40, and this one is equivalent to from my calculator, this one is equivalent to 3,700, no, not 3,000 but 379.8 to 1 decimal place. It was 7.5 to 1 decimal place. So the standard deviation now, the standard deviation is the same as the square root of the variance, which will be 379.8. So if I get this square, the square root of this, I get my answer as 19.49. So that is how we can get the standard deviation. And also remember the standard deviation, you can use other formulas like maybe the summation, you can get the summation of maybe x, we subtract the x bar, then we square, and then we multiply by f, and then all these we divide by the summation of f. And if you can realize, this is the same as what we did here, as we just give it the d, or the difference. So that's how you can get the standard deviation. Let us get the skewness of coefficient. So for us to be able to get using the Pearson, we can use the two formulas. That means that we can use we say that to get the skew of Pearson, this one is given by the mean minus the mode, then divided by the standard deviation. And still you can get it by using the formula. As the skewness, you can get it by using 3. You multiply by the mean, and then you subtract the median, and then all this you divide by the standard deviation. Still is also another formula that we can use. So in our case, we can use all of them. So for us, let us get first of all the cumulative frequency here. Cumulative frequency in that. So the cumulative frequency, you add the previous frequencies. So in this case here, we are going to have 2. 2 added to 2, we get this one is a 4. And the 4 added to 3, you get this one is a 7. 7 added to 9, you get this one is a 16. 16 added to 12, you get this one is a 28. And then 28 added to 5, you get this one is a 33. And 33 added to 2, you get this one is a 35. 35 added to 2, you get this one is a 38. Then 38 added to 1, this one you get it is a 39. It's a 39. And then 39 added to that, you get the 40. So when we have such the cumulative frequency, we can be able to get the median. And first of all, before we get the median, we can calculate using the first one. We know that to get the mode we can say is equals to, our mode is equals to lower class limit of the model class added to our frequency mode minus the previous frequency f1 divided by 2 f mode minus f1 minus the preceding or the above frequency 2, and then all these we multiply by our class interval. So in this perspective, if we regard to what we have here, our model class is this is our mode class. So the lowest class in this is 40.5. So this one is added to our model frequency is 12 minus above frequency, which is 9. Then all these we divide by 2 multiplied by 12, then minus 9, then minus 5, and all these we multiply by 10, which is our class interval. So when we add all these, we get this one is supposed to be 40.5, then plus this one is 24, this one is 3, then out of this one is 24, 2 times that is 24, then minus 9 minus 5, so multiplied by 10, and this one you realize it's supposed to be 40.5 added to, if you divide this, you get this one is supposed to be 3, because this one is this one will be 3, this one will be 3 all over 10 multiplied by 10, and then we can cancel this 10 to be left with the 3. So our mode becomes 43.5. So that's our mode. You can see it rise in between 41 to 50. So using the Pearson, our skewness now could be equivalent to our SQ. Using the mode will be equal to our mean. Already we got it as 45. Then we subtract our 43.5, and then we divide this by our standard deviation, which we have gotten as 19.49. So in this case, this one becomes, if we divide that using my calculator, I can see that this one will give me 1.5, equivalent to 1.5 divided by 19.45. So this one will be equivalent to 0.7696. So remember, when we have a zero skew, it means that our distribution is symmetry, and when we have a positive greater than 0, this one it means it is a positive scale, and when we have less than 0, this one means it is a negative scale. So the same case we can use to get using the median. So what we need for us to get here is the median. Remember, we can get the median using the lower class plus n divided by 2, which is our n of 40 divided by 2. So you can see that this one becomes also still, it is our median class. So we can still use the 40.5, then plus 20, then we minus 16, and then we divide by 12 to get the median. Then all these we multiply by 10. Still, when you work out that, because we don't waste a lot of time in this one will be 4 minus that. I think when you work out that, you are supposed to get your answer being 43.8. Then with this being your median, you can come and apply it to our formula here, where we have 3, then we multiply by 45, which was our mean, then we subtract our 43.83, then we divide by 19.49, and still it will give us our standard deviation. So the next thing is for us to work out it using the Bowleys coefficient. And what is the difference between these, we shall come to realize. So using the Bowley, we know that for us to be able to get the skewness of coefficient, we need to have the Q1, Q3, that is the upper quartile, added to Q1, and then all these we subtract to 2m, where m is our median, divided by Q3, then we subtract the lower quartile, which is the Q1. So that is how we can use to get that. And for us to be able to get that, the next thing that we need for us to calculate here is the cumulated frequency, which we have already found in our previous. So the cumulated frequency here is 2, here we have 4, here we have 7, here we have 16, here we have 28, here we have 33, here we have 35, and here we have 38, and here we have 39, and here we have 40. So that's our accumulated frequency. So we can calculate the Q1, or we can start with the Q3. And for us to be able to get the Q3, we know that Q3 will be given by 3 divided by 4 of n. So in our case here, if you take 3 out of 4 multiplied by 40, this one will give us that the second, so the 30th position, 30th. So where does our 30th lie? It is in between this class. So this one becomes our upper quartile class. So we know that for us to be able to get the actual value or the actual mark that is in our upper quartile, we are going to take the lower quartile of that class, which is 50.5. Then plus, we have now 30 minus 28, and all we divide by the frequency of that class, which is 5, and then we multiply by 10 here. And when you do that, I think using my calculator, I'm supposed to get, if I calculate all that, I'm supposed to get 54.5. So now the next thing is for me to get the lower quartile. Lower quartile, you know that our Q1 will be given by n divided by 4. So this one is equivalent to 40 divided by 4, which is equals to 10th. Which is equals to 10th. And for us to get the 10th rise in between this one, this class, becomes our lower quartile class. So here we are going to have 40. Here we are going to have 30.5. Then plus, here is 10 minus 7 divided by 9, then multiply by 10. And if you work out these, you are supposed to get this one as 23. You are supposed to get this one as 33, because it is lying here. So this one you're going to get it as 33.83. So remember from our previous discussion, we found that our median, which is m, equivalent to 43, our median was equivalent to 43 point, is it 43? Yeah, 43.83. So now using this, we can get our skewness here, which will be using this, we are going to have 54.5, then plus 54.5, then plus the lower, which is 33.83, then minus 2 multiplied by 43.83, and then all these I can divide by the difference between 54.5 then minus 33.83. So let us compute out using the calculator. Using the calculator we can work it out. You can work it out, and then you'll realize that in this we are going to have our skewness being about 30 point, because if we add these two we are going to have 3, then 3, then here we are going to have this is 3 1, then 7 8 point, then this one is 8.83, then minus, if we had the other two we are going to have this one being 87.66, and then this one we are going to divide. If we take this one divided by that, we are going to have 7 6, then point, the next one is 1 2, and if you subtract these or you work out that, you're going to get your answer equivalent maybe to 0.303 something of the sort. And that brings us to the end of this lesson. I was your trainer, Maurice Morene. You have found it of benefit to you. Consider subscribing, like and share it to many so that they can reach many students to have the knowledge also. Thank you.